Hello, Fabulous Leo. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of September 2016, Love Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. What an exciting month it is for all of us, and that certainly includes you as well. Some interesting things taking place in the context of love. Now, one of the things I'm very encouraged about where it comes to love is the fact that Venus is moving into, or has moved into, right at the top of the month, a part of the sky for you that has to do with talking things out, communicating and connecting. So this is really great for making connections with new people in particular. You add to this the fact that as we move further into the month, we are going to have Jupiter newly in the same part of the sky meeting the sun, what astrologers like to call the luckiest day of the year. And certainly there can be a lot of luck when you are willing to talk things out in an established bond, but also connect with people, new people, particularly using online mediums. So lots of promises here for being able to find the right words for making mind-level connections that have the real potential to manifest into something that much more. But then we've also got this eclipse, and we're in the middle of eclipse season as we start this month. And the first eclipse in particular is very interesting to me because that eclipse is speaking to Saturn, right now moving through a part of the sky for you that has to do with what the heart wants, right? The heart wants what it wants. So what is that? Well, Saturn has been asking you to take honest stock of that. You add to this the second eclipse taking place mid-month is speaking to Mars in the same part of the sky, and that can denote some very powerful attractions, some very powerful wants showing up, and maybe a little bit of self-searching into whether or not that is the right pathway for you to pursue. So let's take it one at a time. Early in the month, we do have this eclipse happening. Now, what's interesting is, as it is speaking to Saturn, it is effectively taking place in a part of the sky that has to do with your finances and spending money as well. And this is going to speak especially to those of you who are open to meeting someone new or just getting to know somebody. I do want you to be mindful. I don't think this is going to speak to a whole lot of you, but there could possibly be a small percentage of you out there who are hit up for some money. I'm sorry to say, but that is possible. And so you do want to, just be a little bit mindful of that. Also with this particular energy, it does suggest that there may be some learning there for you where it has to do with attraction and self-value, self-esteem. And so if there is any kind of disconnect there, you are going to know it pretty quickly. And you're going to know what works for you and what doesn't. As we move further into the month, we're having another eclipse take place. I think this eclipse is going to speak more strongly to those of you in an established bond. And there are a few ways that this energy can manifest. Now, it is possible that there are going to be changes to your spouse's income with this second eclipse taking place. It is also possible with this eclipse that there's this part of you that wants to really understand and really connect in a more vulnerable way, or to really connect with what really matters. And when you think about it, right, one thing that, I gotta say, for a small percentage of you out there, I think about the fact that couples sometimes, one of their stronger disagreements tends to be around money. And I look at this and it does look like that is a possibility here, that your spouse is making some financial decision, some financial investment could be taking place, and it may actually be frivolous. And this can create some tension. There's also the small chance that it's you that's actually looking at that investment and it's frivolous and it's still contributing to some tension between you and your partner. So you do want to watch out for that. Remember, Mercury is retrograde, and we're having these eclipses, and they're really interesting. All is not necessarily as it appears, and so it is a good time. It really is the best time to maybe hold back a little bit before you're really putting all your birds in one basket, as they say. It may be good to step back a little bit, and that's true, of course, for your spouse as well. But ultimately, people are going to do what they are going to do. That's one of the big truths, one of the big spiritual truths where it comes to love, is allowing people to be who they need to be and understanding that you are not them, they are not you. You might reflect each other, but that doesn't mean you are each other. And as I look at this, that may be part of the sacred learning that shows up for you in your established partnership. What I do love about this month, though, is that there is that focus and there is that understanding and clarity on what matters. That's a big part of the lesson for you right now. What matters, what's worth the time, the energy, the self-respect, what isn't, right? What's worth your very valuable energy and whatever form it takes, and what isn't. And where is it ultimately that the giving and the taking is balanced, and where isn't it? Well, these are issues that are going to come up very clearly. Where it is that you have felt that you haven't gotten as much as you've given, that understanding, that truth that's guiding some of your behavior is going to show up. And if you're in an established bond and your partner feels that way, that lesson is going to show up as well. One thing is for sure though, these eclipses are super sensitive, so it's really important to be sensitive and to be kind as you navigate this month. And ultimately, a big part of this month, the big gift of this month, is to show you something about what you're worth and help you to affirm your knowing of the love that you truly deserve.